Rob, what is our next topic?
Chris, our next topic comes to us from Mike V. The day has finally arrived. Indiana Jones on the Dial of Destiny's first trailer has officially dropped, and in my opinion, it hit all the right notes. The music, the nostalgia, the humor, and the feeling of adventure. What did you guys think of the trailer? Thanks. Bring on the filthy.
Thanks, Mike. Man, did this hit all those nostalgia notes. The slightly slowed down, so good. We've got punching Nazis. We've got train jumping. We've got baby in this. I'm really excited about this movie. I think this is going to be a real fun ride, and lots of variously aged Harrison Fords in this too, which I know some people are speculating, is that Dial of Destiny a tool of time travel? You know, there's a lot going on in this trailer, but Rob, I know that you're an indie fan. What'd you think?
My feelings about this trailer are mixed.
Ooh.
I have mixed feelings about this. One, I think the story itself looks interesting. I'm there for everything. It was nice to see Sala. All the stuff that you would expect inside the movie looks, I'm excited. This generated excitement in me. Some of the things that give me pause, and I like James Mangold as a director. I trust in James Mangold. I did not like the way this trailer looked in terms of actually looked. It looks, one, that it was shot digitally instead of on film, which, okay, that's, but it also looks like it was shot with prime lenses, non-anamorphic lenses. Indiana Jones to me is an anamorphic franchise, and anamorphic lenses, the way anamorphic, the distortion that happens in an anamorphic lens, you can see. There's a great Studio Binder video about the difference between anamorphic and non-anamorphic lenses. But Indiana Jones is a widescreen franchise, and I'm sure the aspect ratio will be 2:3:9 to 1, 4K, whatever. But it didn't have that indie look to it. Now, this is just, and I thought that there was way too many, it looked very digital. Like the ticker tape parade sequence looked to me like it was out of Zack Snyder's The Beginning of Watchmen, when you saw the ticker tape parade. I mean, it just, the great thing, what I loved about the Indiana Jones franchise, especially Temple of Doom and, of course, Raiders, is most of it was shot on practical locations. And then when they would cut to like a Nazi truck driving off a cliff, it would be an ILM matte painting and a digital effect. And that would be one thing. But most of the environments, sometimes you'd see cloud tank stuff like when they were digging for the Well of the Souls, but for the most part, practical locations. This looked heavily augmented with digital effects. And it didn't feel Indiana Jones to me as much as I hoped it would. Now, it's clearly an indie movie, and it looks really, really interesting. It just didn't feel like it yet. And maybe when I see the movie, I'll feel differently. But from this trailer, I was like, eh.
Do you think some of the issues with those effects could be just because it is the trailer? We haven't finished fully rendering everything?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But like the scene when Indy's running across the top of a train, you know, in the same instance, when we now live in a world where we've got Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning coming out, and you have a train sequence, and they take a real train and run it off of a mountain, you know, and you're watching aerial, you know, drone shots in real locations. It's tough to watch a movie that began its life with practical effects turn into something that it didn't used to be.
That's a fair criticism. I understand that. Do you think that James Mangold, though, is going to deliver a very indie-esque product overall? Okay.
Yeah, I have no problem. I was just reading up on the actual, what the Dial of Destiny might actually be.
Ooh.
And it, you know, it's in Isaiah. Somebody posted, I haven't looked into but Isaiah 38 something about a sundial that can go backwards, a dial that goes back in time. That's cool that they found an actual artifact that they can, a biblical artifact they can base it over. Clearly there's time travel involved in some kind. We've heard that. And I think it looks good. It looks funny. It looks like indie. I love that they bring Sala back and he seems serious, not like the buffoon they made him out to be in Last Crusade. So I'm excited. I just, again, it just looked a little too digital for me.
Okay. That's fair.
Is that a bad criticism?
No, I think that's a fair criticism. Jonathan, I know you've gone to see like John Williams in concert a whole bunch. You're a Spielberg fan. What did you think of this trailer?
I think it's going to be a fine movie. I liked it. I did notice, because you bring up the music, and you brought up the music too earlier, how it's kind of slowed down. And I told Rob, I'm like, it seems like the same trailer house that did The Rise of Skywalker. It was a very bombastic version of a theme we're familiar with. And then it's got like the little piano notes that kind of reminded me actually of The Force Awakens with the piano note. And she's like, "Who are you?" You know, that's fine. That just kind of harkened back. But the bombastic, slowed down, over orchestrated version of this, bam, 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 bam. It's like, okay, calm down, dude.
And they didn't build to it.
It was really pushing the, we're going to hit you so hard in the heartstrings with nostalgia, you're going to choke on the nostalgia. And, you know, I was waiting for a C-3PO to pop up in here and be like, "I'm looking at my friends for the last time." And everyone starts crying because it's all, you know, and I fell for that. And then it was just this like movie with no breath. So I'm hoping that gives me pause. Nothing about as far as like the imagery or whatever. I'm excited for this. If the story's great, I'm in. I'm good for this. I'm just like, uh-oh. You sold me with that over like sentimental like heartstring thing with The Last Jedi. Not The Last Jedi, the Rise of Skywalker. I fell for it and then I was let down. So it gives me a little pause, like, don't make this like so overpacked, no room for breath, time just compressed, and you know, let's have a nice, good, mangled story, which is what I'm fully expecting, because I love his directing. So it just, but when I see that and it harkens back to, I was fooled once.
I've been burned before.
Yeah, I was like, okay. But that's not enough for me to say, oh, this movie sucks.
That's fair.
This movie's probably going to be excellent. I'm looking forward to it.
Again, what I really think is missing too from this trailer, you have this voiceover, this Sala voiceover. What I want to see is the other characters speak. You know, you got Mads Mikkelsen as a Nazi,
who we do not see enough of in this trailer.
And,
I do have that
I'm like,
criticism.
I want Indiana Jones has dialogue, you know, and it has dialogue from their, like Renee Belloc. You know, once again, we see there is nothing you can possess which I cannot take away. You know, stuff. I want to see that. I want to get because the villains are as much a part of Indiana Jones as everything else.
Yeah.
And giving us these generic nostalgia trailers, what I want to know something about the villain that we're getting. I mean, I get it. They're showing you spectacle and bombast. I already know I'm getting that. What I want to see is Mads Mikkelsen bringing the pain.
For sure.
I think we will.
I think in our second trailer,
I know,
we
I
will.
know.
In that. That's why with this, like someone said, I'm picking this apart. No, I'm not. I'm just saying like, oh, this gave me a little PTSD from before, so I have some pause. But I'm still like, hey, I'm excited for this.
I'm excited too. Really excited.
This honestly did move the needle for me. The thing I had an issue with was just the de-aging, the deep fakey kind of face. But that's something that's usually just uncanny for me anyway, especially when it's not fully rendered and
It's
everything.
pretty good though.
I mean, he looks like he should, but it still is enough that I go, wait a second, that's a little uncanny. But I'm sure it'll be fine in the movie. But I think we're in for something really fun, hopefully. But guys, I want to turn it over to you. What did you think of the Indy 5 trailer? Are you excited? Are you skeptical? Let us know what you think down below. We can't wait to see all of you dressed as boulders for the premiere. It's going to be great.
We want to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Stamps.com. Guys, it happens every holiday season. No matter how prepared we think we are for the season, it always turns out we're nowhere near as prepared as we thought we were, especially with our shipping. And right about now, seasonal excitement, or dread as the case may be, is really starting to settle in, especially for small businesses. Slaying through traffic to the post office, inboxes more like a blizzard than a winter wonderland, rushing to send cards and gifts to your loyal clients. The good news is it's not too late to get your holiday mailing and shipping under control with Stamps.com. Sign up now and you'll be printing your own postage in minutes. Because Stamps.com is your one-stop shop for all of your shipping and mailing needs. Get access to the United States Postal Service and UPS services that you need to run your business right from your computer. Up to 86% off. So this holiday season, trade late nights for silent nights and get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code Campea for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code Campea.